fellow budgeters, my name is Brandy and you're watching From Debt to Dreams, and on this channel we're paying off over $400,000 worth of debt, but don't you fret, way more than half of that is our mortgage. Today we're doing a budget closeout, so we'll just get started. As you know, I'm like trying to figure out how to do these nowadays since I've changed everything up. But this is how I think we're going to do it this time. So here's all of the bills that we had to pay this month. We budgeted for our mortgage, we budgeted $19.50, actually ended up paying $19.48.31. Piedmont is our natural gas. We budgeted $65, we paid $63. Focus is our internet. We budgeted $100 and we paid $85.45. Peacock was $12. We actually paid $11.76. Compassion International, I always budget $65 and it always is $43. I budget $65 because, and I think I said this last month, about a year or so ago, they said they were going to increase our monthly dues for our kids that we sponsor, and then they never did. So I'm always going to budget $65 just for the in case that it gets moved up. H2Go is our water bill. I budgeted $80 and it was $79.95. T-Mobile, I budgeted $200 and it was $170. Netflix, I budgeted $35 and it was $32. Car insurance, we budget $125 and it is $119.01. Our debt consolidation loan, or our HELOC, we budget $945 and it's $942.91. My husband's student loan, we budget $500 and we paid $500. BEMC is our electricity bill. We budgeted $200 and it was $170.44. My husband's life insurance is $50. We budgeted $50, so it was $49.57. Apple TV, $15. It was actually $13.87. My life insurance is $35. It was actually $34.98. Our tithe to our church was $100. My student loan is $180, and Spotify was $13.87. So altogether, we budget $4,672 for our bills, and we actually spent this month $4,558.12. So next, let's go over, I'm going to move this because I'm going to be writing at the same time. We're going to go, I'm just going to write down what completed challenges we completed this month. And I really should start putting the date on when I start it. Anyway, so the first one we finished was Be a Unicorn in a Field of Horses, and that is by Cruise Budgets, who is amazing. You guys need to check her out. We saved $50 for this, and it went to car registration. Okay. This one was from Lemon Ivy Budgets on Etsy. Highly recommend. This was another $50 one, and that went to birthdays. Okay. This one is from Magical Budgets, which I hope that she has not been posting lately, and I hope that she starts posting again now that school's over, because I know that she's a school teacher. We saved $42 for this one, and it went to Jason's Licenses. Okay. We finished this one from G&L Budgeting Besties, which is no longer a channel, but I'm just trying to use up all of the challenges that I have downloaded. So that was a save 48, and that one went to Sadie Mae. This one is from me. That was a save 60, and it went to car care. And then the last one we finished was from the Faithful Dash. It was $82, and that went to year-end giving. So let's add that up really quick to see how many completed savings challenges we had in the month of May. So 50, 50, 42, 48, 62. So that altogether in the month of May, we did not start them in the month of May, but we finished them in the month of May. We were able to save $332, which is great, considering a lot of our money is tied up in the Harry Potter box challenge. That one I can't wait to unstuff. Okay, this one is gonna look a little funny. This is a lot of numbers, and so I'm gonna go through this the best that I can. These are our what happened in our binders this month. So in the beginning of May for groceries, I don't know how to maybe I need paper. In the beginning of May for groceries, we had a beginning balance of $1,000. Between our two paychecks, we put in $1,200 total. When we did our unstuffing for the month, we took out $1,250. So our ending balance now is $950. Gas, we started at $320. Between the two paychecks, we put in $350. We used $460, and so now our ending balance in our envelope is $310. School was $217. We deposited $66. We used $247, and now we have a total of $36. Scouts was $205. We deposited $40. We spent $50, and now we're at $195. Sadie, we had a beginning balance of $195. We added $68. We have not done an unstuffing yet, so we did not use any of her money in the month of May, and so our ending balance was $263. This is just cash. This does not include the money that's in the bank. Haircuts, we had $64. We added $40, and so now we're at $104. Takeout, we had $120. We added $270. We took out $240, and so now we're at $150. Fun had $1. We added $2, and now we're at $3. Prescriptions, we had $50. We deposited $50. We used $30, and so now we're at $70. Clothing, we had $10. We added $10, and now we're at $20. Miscellaneous, we had $13. Then we put in $30, and we used $23, and so now we're at $20. So that is in our regular kind of spending. That's where most of our money comes from when we're doing our unstuffings. In our annual fees binder, a lot of these had a beginning balance of $1. So Costco, Mint City Collective, scouting fees, gaming and tech subscriptions, ID theft subscription, and AAA membership all had $1 to start with at the beginning of the month. Then I deposited $2 into those during the paychecks, and we ended up with $3 each. The only ones that are different is for tax prep, we had $76 in the envelope. We added $2, and now we're at $78. For Jason's licenses, we started with $301. We added $44, and now we're at $345. Car registration, we started with $246. We added $60. We needed to use $251, and then we had to use more because I didn't have enough money in my envelope to pay for the car registration. So we're actually at a negative $28 in that envelope. And then our water filter, we had 20, we added 10, and now we're at 30. Okay, excuse me. In our pink binder, we have birthdays started at $1. We added 52, so now we're at 53. Car care, we had $293. We added 70. We used 300, so we're at $63 now. Charlotte Football Club, we had 20. We added 10. Now we're at 30. Family Fun, we were at 1. We added 2. Now we're at 3. Nothing in my envelope from To Debt to Dreams. Gifts, we have started at 40, added 20, took out 50, and now we're only at 10. Health, we started at 10, added 40, used 35, and now we're at 15. HOA is $150, deposited $80, did not use any of it, and now we're at $230. Kids sports, we had 20, added 10, now we're at 30. Pest control was $530, added 80, used 140, and so now we're at $470. And then summer camping yard work, are the same with where we had $1, put in $2, and now we're at $3. Whew. Okay. Is this helpful? And then in my envelope, or in our purple binder, which is like our long-term one, I had $64 in my envelope. We added $2 and now I'm at $66. This one I'm confused because I did not use any money, so I think I had the wrong number here at $16.49 in our emergency fund, because now I only have $15.93, but I did not use any emergency fund money at all. So my math was wrong at the beginning of the month. Extra escrow, we had 5, added 2, now we're at 7. Extra utilities, we had 65, added 10, and now we're at 75. House projects, Jonas Brothers, Myers Trips, and Utah are all the same. We started with 5, added 2, now we're at 7. And Jason had 16, added 2, and now he's at $18. So that's where we sit with all of our binders and all of the spending that we did through those binders and what that all looks like. Hold, please. I don't know what time I logged in. I want to look at my hours. Nine 30, 10, 30, 11, 30, 12, 31, 32, 33, 30. Shoot. So 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can't log off until 6. Okay. So there we go. Next I want to do our brain is glitching. Oh, let's go over our debt balances and do some coloring. Let me move this up so that we can get there. Okay. Let's move these two. All right. So here is our Christmas doodles, and we did not do these last month because I didn't know how much I had in my Christmas account. However, I can assure you that I have $800 in our Christmas account, and I can put a little screenshot right here that shows you that. But on top of that, so now we need to color in our tracker, and I need to color in a total of 61. So each row has 10. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 1. So I have to color in 15. So let me do that real quick and I will be right back. All right, so there we have it. Let me get all these markers put away. I got these from Five Below. Okay, perfect. So that's exciting. All right, so our emergency fund, between what is in our high yield savings account at Ally, what's at our credit union, and what's in our cash envelope, we have $1,593.30. This is colored up to 1,600. And so, one second. So anyway, we're colored up to 1,600, so I'm not going to color anything. The sad part is, while I was in New York City, we needed to do Sadie, our dog, was having some health issues, and she needed to go to the vet twice. And on top of that, we were having some car issues. So we needed to take the car. My husband took the car to the car place. And so a lot of this emergency fund is going to have to go towards the credit card so that we can pay off those things, which is a total bummer. But, okay. Anyway, for my student loan, can we see? I can't even tell. For my student loan, we made a payment of $180, which put us at a balance of $20,581.19, which means I get to color in 2 leaves on this beautiful succulent right here. And I'm going to use this green after I find a piece of paper to put underneath it. Okay. How many did I say I could do? 2. All right. So for our debt consolidation loan, we made a payment of $942.91, which means we are now at $60,000. No, I do this wrong every time. $60,161.92. So we use multiple coloring sheets for the debt consolidation loan, because the debt consolidation loan, I consolidated a bunch of loans all in one. So I'm using those sheets. So we've finished that sheet. We've finished this sheet. And so now we have 24 that we can color on this sheet. So, nope, that's not true. 12. We can color 12 of these. So I'll be right back while I color 12. All right, there we go. There's our 12. Okay, for my husband's student loan, we made a payment of $500, and so our balance is now $65,672.38. So we get to color in 2. So I'll put my paper underneath it. And we're going to color into, and we are using multiple sheets for this one as well. There we go. Excuse my sniffing. For Detris, we don't get to color in anything this month because our next one that we get to color in is $271,015. And we are actually at $271,374. So hopefully next month we'll be able to color in our next piece. And then for the We're Debt Free, we can, next time we can color in a thing is when we're at $414,842 total, and we're still at $417. So let's come over here to our net worth. And here is what we got. So for our assets, and sorry, it's all messy. I ran out of, what's the whiteout? I ran out of my whiteout tape. Okay, so inside our credit union, we have $4,115.68. For our cash envelope, The green binder, we have $1,987. Our cash sinking funds, we have $1,811. And in our Ally high yield savings account, we have $1,951.96. And then our house tax assessment for 2025 is $418,890, which means our total assets are at $428,755.64. For our liabilities, my student loan is at $20,581.19. My husband's student loan is at $65,672.38. Our debt consolidation loan is at $60,161.92. And our mortgage is at $271,374.71. So our total debt is $417,790.20. So last month's net worth, last month was the first month we started tracking with the assessment, or with the tax assessment added to our assets, what our house is worth. And so last month our net worth was at a positive $10,510, and this month we're at a positive of $10,965, which means that we improved our net worth by $454.97. So that is exciting. I know it's a lot of numbers, and I go through this quickly because I need these videos to be under 30 minutes so that because I use a free video editor. So I'm sorry if all of this was just so fast. Another thing I like to talk about is the interest that we paid. So in April of last month, we paid $1,851.61 in interest. Ouch. This month we paid $1,805.91 in interest, which was really cool. Last month, our total debt balance was $418,958.50. This month, our total debt balance is $417,790.20, which means a total principal that we paid off in May was $1,168.30, which is really good. So, not as good as it could be. I wish it were more because we are, between our debt payments, we're definitely, I try to tell this to my husband all the time, like we're working so hard for this because, with how much we spend on our debt payments is about equal to what we're spending, to our mortgage, and that's just no fun. So anyway, sorry this was so fast. I watch some people do their month ends and I'm like, oh, I just wish I could get mine to be that great. But this is just where I'm at. And, maybe next time I'll try to take things a little slower. I don't know what we're going to do, but it is a Friday afternoon. I am trying to get this, up and out so that I'm not worried about it over the weekend because it's going to go up on Monday. But anyway, I hope you have a really great day. I hope you have a really great week, and I will see you on Wednesday with a Wizarding Wednesday video. We're almost done with those. I really think we only have maybe 3 or 4 more episodes of that before we're done with the savings box. So have a really great one. I'll see you then. Bye.